Hello, welcome back to Blender CC Live. In this episode, I want to take a look at the new nodes in Blender 5.1. The geometry nodes now have this elements instancing, so instance on elements. So we can use the nodes, or maybe later I'm just going to use the assets panel and then just use the presets. But for now, I'm just going to show you from the nodes itself. Sometimes you don't ever want to see the node tree and you just want to work quickly. But for now, let's pick up this cylinder. So instance on elements, just like it says, it's going to distribute instance on the elements of objects, whether it's going to be points, edges, faces, or the corners. Okay, it's very simple, easy to guess what this node is actually doing. If we subdivide the mesh, for example, because this is a cube, you can see it's subdividing the mesh, and we can have cylinder on the face of the object, okay, or just on the points like that. So it's distributed nicely on the components, elements of the geometry. If we use subdivision surface, if we use different nodes, you're gonna get different result, of course. So it's more rounded because it's subdivision surface. And we can scale. Okay, so we can do things like this. And the inspiration for today is gonna be these fruits, durian fruits. You can also take a look at the corn. Durian seems to be more random, but still like kind of like a pattern. So instead of using node 3, let's actually just start again and use something else. Okay, let's delete this. I want to use just a torus because torus is nice. It's got this face that's more or less like square. And we're gonna switch to assets browser. We have a lot of presets with the browsers. If we just take a look at the under generate, we have scatter on surface, we have curve to tube, and we have array as well. Under instances, we have instance on elements, of course. Let's just drop this into this geometry. After we drop that, you can see there's this asset that's being applied. It's instance on elements. We don't need to worry what's under the node tree for now. Let's just try to instance some objects. For example, let's try with cone. Select the instance objects. Okay, right away, we can see this cone is being instanced on the face of these objects. We can scale. More or less, we have something that looks like a durian fruit. And of course, we can randomize the transform. Of course, I believe there's also okay, in this case, we don't have randomization unless we drop this on top of this guy, and we can, of course, randomize the rotation. We can scale. We can flip the normal, I guess. Yeah, and randomize the seed. So we have something already. Cool. So this is more like, it seems to be random, but if you think carefully, this actually have some kind of pattern. If we have another, if I duplicate this and then delete everything, if I want to scatter, for example, instead of just the cone, I want to have a cylinder and also UV sphere. If I select all of these objects using Shift and then M, and then put it into new collections, scatter me, I will use the other one, scatter on surface. So this is gonna scatter objects, of course. I can pick a sphere. It's gonna scatter the sphere, of course. And then we can transform. But as you can see, the the scatter on surface have a way to randomize right away. But in this case, we also have this option to use collections. And for the collection, I can select scatter me. And currently it's scattering these objects based on their positions in 3D space. So we might want that, but in this case, we don't want that. We want to scatter, we want to pick the instance. So it's gonna reset the position of the instance wherever they are. And we can use the density or amount, exact amount. So if we want to have 100, we can do that. Scale each geometry. So this one is more random and we don't really care about their position too much. Maybe for something like forest, we can do this just to, if you have like a mesh of garbage and you just want to scatter it in the room, you can use this method. This one is more like a pattern, of course. So let's save this as scatter versus elements. Element is not random. It looks at the geometry underneath, and the topology of the geometry will affect the distribution of objects. So if you can make a nice pattern, you can use this. While this guy is more random and they are more overlapping. What else I want to talk about? If you want to mask this object, we can use masking. Maybe use some kind of texture. For the texture, we can paint. We need to have some kind of material texture slot. Just create one and then just paint. So black and white. By hitting X, I switch between the two color. Let's see what's gonna happen if we just use that texture. Okay, we have distribution of objects based on the texture. Okay, that's probably something you already know. Let's based on this knowledge, of course, we can try to do something funky. So we have geometry. What's the most fun way to create geometry is to use curve, okay? Curve, we can extrude the curve. We can also draw curve. So let's go to edit mode using tab, draw. Just draw something like that. And we can, of course, use curve to tube. Okay. Now we actually have geometry, right? This tube is cool because we can change the cap from flat to rounded. Okay. And on top of that, we can reuse this guy. Over here, maybe we can just apply instant on elements. So if I select this and select that, and then Command L, link, copy modifier, oops. Select this, select that, Command L, copy modifiers. Okay. Doesn't exactly work as I wanted. Add modifier. On elements. Wait a minute. If I go to geometry nodes and look at, okay, this is an assets. Can I just copy these assets? Oh man. Yeah, the problem with assets, it's scary. It's an asset. So you just, maybe it's better to just drag and drop. Let's just drag and drop. Keep it simple. Instance on geometry. We drop an assets and we just select an object. Okay, it's simpler that way. Less scary. Keep it simple. We get spiky things and just randomize the transform. Randomize the transform of the instance. Okay, of course. We can use scatter, but in this case, because it's like the spiky things, you know, It's more or less like a cactus, and it's still a curved object. It's very cool. I like curved objects. We can also adjust the radius and the tilt. Okay, could be like some kind of creatures, like a worms. In 3D, I think having this ability for curve is really big. If you use Maya, Maya has paint effects. Paint effects really powerful, and of course, Blender doesn't really have paint effects, but this is as close to paint effects in Blender, I think. So you have like a curve, and then you apply geometry nodes on the curve, and you have something that's totally completely different. As you can see with instance on elements, if you make things bigger, you lost that. You kind of lose something there, right? You have like an empty space because the geometry topology is changing. Maybe you need to retopologize or redistribute the objects differently. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. If you use the other one, generate scatter on surface. Now you can maybe scatter objects like cone. Scatter, but yeah, scattering is more random, but it still have some kind of alignment. So that's probably okay as well in this case. So you kind of feel the surface better, a little bit better. This one is more dependent on the topology underneath. Okay, so maybe am I still recording? Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about. It's very simple, but it's easy to set up. But as you can see, it's very powerful. Cool. Oh, okay. This guy seems to have some kind of. Oh, the scaling is random. Oh. I don't know why the cone is in different shape. It looks like it's different shape. Maybe it's not. So we have randomization as well. Rotation, randomize the rotation. We always need that. We can randomize the scale. So we have different spikes. Increase the amount of density using Poisson disk. Poisson disks have more control. It depends what you're trying to do. If we have like Voronoi distribution or other ways to do that in the future, maybe we can do that. We can try. I believe there's in the assets, because the assets is a bit scary once we get inside it. Okay, that's kind of scary, right? And then we cannot really control it unless we break the assets and then start to dig inside. That's the problem with assets, I guess. But there must be a way to just change the radius, or in this case, because it's a curve, we can just manually doing it. Sometimes I don't want to manually doing it. I just want to change the radius randomly. That's when we get to the hair tools, I believe. So hair tools, we can randomize the hair thickness. If I can find thickness, maybe. But there is a way to do that procedurally anyway. Once it's becoming an asset and you want to control the radius, you need to dig inside and change the value of the components of the data. Anyhow, that's pretty much I want to talk about. I guess scatter distributions, and then the one that's more elemental. It's related to the elements of the geometry, the components, instant on elements. They call it elements. Should be geometry components. Anyhow, so yeah, the durians and the corn is the inspiration for today. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.